17, and Acts chapter 19, St. Paul is debating in the plaza. Every day. For how many years? 2 years. Tingnan nyo. So, if we want to defend our faith in public fora, sabi ng 222 sa PCP2, no? Sa Article 222, we have to take this challenge. Hindi kailangan na, ayaw ko sa'yo dahil gusto ko ministro, pastor. Para lang hindi matuloy yung debate, kayabangan na lang. Ganun ang ginagawa ng mga hindi katoliko. Brother Alvin, hindi ka naman pare, ayaw ko sa'yo. That is just an excuse, a very lame excuse. Ang ibig mo lang sabihin, ayaw mo kong makausap dahil ayaw mong mapahiya sa publiko. Bakit kung makausap kita tayo ng dalawa, bakit papayag ka? O kung walang tao. Diba? Actually, on Facebook, I have also challenged, and they also challenged me on a debate. But, sad to say, nothing happens because they will just promise you, okay, I'll tell our debaters, I'll give you their number. And then later on, I will keep on following it up, and no reply. Busy kami, Brad. Nandito kami sa Davao. What? You're in the radio in Mandaluyong, tapos ngayon nag-ano kayo sa Davao? Wala ba sa balista doon na pastor sa Davao? Ba't napunta kayo doon? Meron ba kayong CFD? Tulad namin. So, palusot lang pala. Sabi ko, you just make an excuse because you don't want to debate with me. Kaya yung kay Johnson Amica, sabi ko, Brad, pupunta ko ng Manila, can I visit your radio? Tingnan mo, ang usapan namin, by this time, Sunday, although I cannot go to the radio program kasi may ano nga tayo dito, seminar, I tell him nga, he will text me before 5 o'clock anytime today. Kung anong resulta, kung papayag pa sila nga, next Sunday, I will go to them. Anong oras na ngayon? Wala pang text. That's why, napansin nyo, I always see my cellphone. Walang reply. And I follow it up. Brad, pwede ba next Sunday kasi nandito ako? Walang reply. Ibig sabihin, they are not interested. Di ba, Jeff, if you're interested to answer me when we text each other, you will reply. Either it's a challenge or it's just a simple text. Di ba, Dong Peter? It means they are not interested. Why? Because they are afraid. Kaya huwag na lang natin din pilitin. Kaya maawa naman text kanila. Di ba? Kakaawa naman. Jude 1:18. The last, the 7 Catholic letters. Jude 1:18 to 19. Kung paano sinabi sa inyo magkakaroon ng mga manunuya sa huling panahon. Palagi talagang mga huling panahon. Imagine for 2,000 years. And then, let's just go back later. 1,500 years. Ang tagal na lumabas si Martin Luther, 1500s. Meaning, if we were living there mga around 10th century, the only threat we have is Islam and the split of the Greek Orthodox Church. Although di man masyado malaki ang hidwa natin sa Greek Orthodox, kaya we respect the liturgy. And we also respect their bishops as validly ordained, their patriarchs. Pero ang Islam din, it's about war, na physical war, because of territory, political, and wealth, and material things. But not really just religion. Our very big risk is when Martin Luther rose up against the Catholic Church. Kaya saan man itong galing itong maputi sa tayong dami-dami? Bible alone, galing ito kay Martin Luther. So Martin Luther actually took the big blame on him because of all these 44,000 denominations now claiming to be Christians and telling us Catholics were the true. Jude 1:19, ano sila? Ang mga ito ang sisigawa ng paghihiwalay. Ayan, di ba? Every religious denomination separates from the Catholic Church, and then when their pastor is discontented with their head pastor, separates again to build another church. Look at the born again. May Grace Gospel Church, may Maranatha Christian Church, may Living Word, all claiming born again, but they are different, actual different groups, and try to invite their members to go to another group. The pastor would be mad with you. Hey, membro namin naman, hindi kaya mo pumunta ng Maranatha. Pastor, pareho lang naman ng paninindigan natin, born again tayo. Hindi pwede kasi ang tithes. Magkukunan. Di ba? Sino pang, saan magkukuliktahan mo ang ikapo kung ang yung 10 membro mo nakakunti, maubos lahat, isa na lang maiiwan. Di ba? Kaya ganyan sila. Because of money reasons and monetary reasons, economic reasons. Ang mga ito ang sisigawan ng paghihiwalay. Ano pa? Sila malalayaw na walang taglay na espiritu. May GM yung isang malaking simbahan sa Cebu. And then after the GM, yung whole na mga red light district doon, Pacquiao. O ayan. They go to that places. Ibig sabihin, pakunwari lang yan na they're holy. Pero malalayaw pa rin sila. Oh, they still love in themselves illicit sex. Sabi niyan sa Bible, malalayaw itong mga false prophets. And we cannot say that this is not true. We cannot say, oh, Apostle Jude, you are wrong. Sila, mali lang ang pananampalataya, pero hindi naman malalayaw. Hindi, malalayaw yan, secretly lang, hindi lang nagpapakita. Hindi mo naman na makita kasi konti lang sila. Diba? Kung nagtatago, sinusundan mo ba yung pastor araw-araw? Diba? Hindi naman natin sinusunod, malay natin. Nag-pedophile din yan. So we cannot say, but the Bible already tells us na basta hiwalay sa pananampalataya, malalayaw yan. Kaya kung babae ka na, humiwalay sa Katoliko, malalayaw ka rin. Kaya kayong mababae, huwag kayong humiwalay. Kasi the Bible tells us so. Kaya matakot tayo sa sabi ng Diyos. Oh, Jude chapter 1 verse 18 to 19. Then, tanong, second question. Paano natin makikilala ang tunay na iglesia? Sagot. Sa lumang tipan, hinula na ni Propeta Daniel, one of the 4 major prophets, na God Himself will build a kingdom, and this kingdom that God will build will never end, will not be destroyed by any kingdom, but on the other hand, it will be the one to destroy the other kingdom and crush this into pieces. Yung Genesis 3:15 comes in, Romans 16:20, Hebrews 2:14, 1 John 3:8, diba? Dururugin ni Kristo at sa kanyang iglesia, sa kanyang katawan, ang ulo ng kalaban natin. Daniel 2:44, the prophecy says, at sa makarawan ng mga haring yaon, ay maglalagay ang Diyos sa langit ng isang kaharian. Ano tong kaharian na to na itatatag at ilalagay ng Diyos? Hindi magigiba kailanman. Walang iba talaga to. When in history did the Catholic Church cease to exist? The apostasy doctrine is against this prophecy of Daniel. Sabihin mo, ministro, sabi ni Daniel, ang kaharian niya dito sa lupa, magtatatag siya dito sa lupa ha, hindi sa langit, hindi sa ibang lugar kung saan man, dito mismo sa lupa, sa panahon na ito, na magtatagal ang Diyos ng isang kaharian, hindi magigiba. Tapos yung apostasy doctrine mo, di ba ang ibig kahulugan nun is magigiba? Sino ang nagsasabi ng totoo? Si Propeta Daniel na hindi magigiba. Ikaw na pastor o ministro, sabi mo nagigiba. Oh, it cannot be both to be true. Because it's either or. Destroyed and cannot be destroyed, cannot be harmonized together. It don't need any explanation. It only needs a little logic. Ano pang sabi? Huwag kapangyarihan man niya iiwan sa ibang bayan. Even the power cannot be. Yun nga sabi ko kanina, hindi manakaw kahit yung salita ng Diyos. Wala silang mananakaw sa atin. Alam mo, ang simbahang Katoliko, anong ginagawa? Although the church authorities knows that these Protestants translating the Bible are stealing the words of God from us, the Bible. What they did when the Protestants accuse us of persecuting them because of the Bible, actually they are wrong translations. And the Catholic Church, dahil tayo ang may ari ng Biblia, we have the right to get it. Then wrong translations, we did not use the wrong translation, we burn it. Di ba? Kasi atin yan, tapos binali nila pag-translate, susunugin natin, bawiin natin kasi atin yan. And later, hindi na yan nagawa kasi it would be going into a war. Kanang, ano na ba? Yung material war na. Magpapatayan na Protestante at Katoliko. Kaya lalaban man sila sa simbahang Katoliko and they will use armies. So, it does not happen anymore. The Catholic Church tolerates them. Kaya translate, di sila translate. How many Protestant translations presently? Ang dami. Sa Katoliko, konti lang translation natin. We cannot just translate. Basta gusto natin, I know how to read Greek, I know how to read Hebrew, I know how to read Latin, I have these manuscripts, Greek, Latin, and Hebrew. I will translate by my own. Bishop, pwede ba? Hindi, basta-basta. You're not allowed to translate the Bible if it is not given authority from the Pope or the Pontifical Biblical Institute or even our local ordinary, the bishop. Hindi pwede, pero sa kanila halat, translate na sa Living Bible, New Living na naman. Diba? Revised na, New Revised na naman. Revised na nga, New pa. Ang dami na, kailan ba ito matatapos ang pag-revise na ito? Ang taon na ang revision, King James na dati, 611, may New King James na naman, may Revised New King James na naman. Ganyan ba ang ano ng Diyos sa kanyang salita? Hindi ang Diyos ganyan, pa iba-iba. Ang kaparangihan man niya, iiwan sa ibang bayan, kundi pagpuputol-putulin at lilipulin niya ang lahat na kaharing ito at ay lalagi magpakailanman. So do not be afraid that these religious denominations are increasing every day. Because time comes, they will be destroyed by Christ. If not in our lifetime, someday in the future. Kasi actually, when we die, we see the future of these things on earth in another life. Because in another life, there's only one perspective in one eternal day. Eternity, you see the past to the present without end if you're in the other life. Kaya dito sa lupa, parang takot tayo, hindi man natin alam ang darating. Pero sabi dito sa Biblia, ang darating, magigiba yung lahat. No matter how many, 44,000, it will be destroyed. Not in our lifetime, but later on. Yung sabi ni Padre, maybe 10 years from now, 20 years from now. The Nazi regime by Adolf Hitler boasted for 50,000 years. Daw sila maghahari sa Europe. O ilang taon lang. How many? 4 to 5 years war? From 1939 to 1944, 1945. Kaya nga, yung kayabangan nila, Isaiah 2:17, ang kayabangan ng mga palalo ay puputuli ng Panginoong Diyos at sa araw na yaon, tanging ipagbunila mga pagpuri ang pangalan ng Panginoong Diyos. Isaiah 2:17. That is a prophecy. O ayan, napakalinaw. Daniel 2:44. Ano ang katuparan? Matthew 16:18. Tu es Petros et super Petram edificabo ecclesiam miam et portae inferi non prevalebant adversus iam. Hindi magigiba. The gates of Hades shall not prevail against it. Ano pa ba ang mas makapangyarihan kaysa kamatayan? Di ba kamatayan na? That is the final enemy. So kung malipol tayong lahat, maubos tayo, then the church has failed, and the prophecy of Christ and the promise of Christ has failed, and the enemy has won. If Satan and his minions can destroy all the good men on earth, all the good Catholics on earth, all the true church belonging to the true church, then Satan is the victorious one, the winner. But it cannot happen because of this promise by Christ. Matthew 16:19. Back to what happened to me personally. The bishop gave me blessing. And then, I don't know if it's really serious or he told me. Tapos kasi nandoon yung kasama ko na taga Cebu din, na they also conduct CFD seminar together with me in that faraway province outside of Cebu. We're serving that diocese. The bishop tells me, when he blessed me, I bless you now, and he gave me the title General Alvin Gitamondok. Ride to victory, go to war. Destroy them. You will be the hound of heaven. Tapos nagkatotoo naman. Pagdating ko dito sa Manila, pagdebate namin, ayun, lampaso nga, natatawa sila Manny Protasio, kawawa ba? Hindi nagkasagot. Kaya hindi na ako pinabalik doon. Naabutan na ako na ubos ng funds ko, nakauwi na ako ng Cebu, kaya wala nang natuloy ng mga debate. Supposed to be, I would like to debate with them every Sunday on the radio program. Naputo lang because out of funds, and then ayaw na rin nila. Kaya doon, yung makasama ko, they reported it to Bradsok, to the other people known to Bradsok, to our group there. And that title came from them. I did not invent it. They call me that. Although I'm not worthy of that name. Sa katagalan na rin, medyo tinanggap ko lang. They identify you with it. You cannot do it away with it. Even in your family, di ba, Dong Peter? Pag tinawag ka, ikaw, bugoy. Kung nakasanayan na yan, kahit ayaw mo pa, makasanayan na talaga yan. Kaya may iba nainggit. Bakit pa general ba? Ang taas naman ang ano mo ba? Sino nagbigay sa'yo ng medalya na gano'n? Sabi ko, huwag mo yung iano, kaya hindi naman sa akin galing yan. Wala akong magagawa yan. Kahit pa, punain ko sila na huwag kang tumawag sa akin ng ganyan. Meron talagang tatawag. Yung mga kasamahan ko, hindi na maiba. Parang yun ang nickname nila sa akin. So I just come to accept it without malice. Minsan, nagagamit ko na sa kayabangan para takutin sila ba? O ito, kaya mo bang general? Siyempre, yung kalaban, ano to general? O, ikaw hindi ka nga pwede sikyo dyan sa argumento mo. Siyempre naman kita pa sa argumento, nagkahirap.